En esta lectura vamos a leer algunos comentarios del Internet sobre el intercambio de palabras entre Donald Trump, un famoso millonario que ahora se está lanzando de candidato a la presidencia de los Estados Unidos, y el Chapo Guzmán, uno de los principales jefes del cártel de drogas que recientemente acaba de fugarse de la cárcel. Donald Trump es conocido por no retractarse de lo que dice. En un tuit, él dijo lo siguiente: los nombres que aquí él menciona son de otros candidatos a la presidencia. Can you envision Jeb Bush or Hillary Clinton negotiating with El Chapo, the Mexican drug lord who escaped from prison? Trump, however, would kick his ass. Y esta fue la supuesta pero no confirmada respuesta del Chapo. Él respondió en español, pero esta es la respuesta que muestra la prensa en los Estados Unidos. Keep fucking around and I'm gonna make you eat your fucking words. Lo que hizo que Donald Trump se contacte con el FBI en caso de que la amenaza sea real. Ahora pasaremos a leer los comentarios. Antes, les recuerdo que a Donald Trump a veces lo llaman The Donald. En el primer comentario, alguien menciona una palabra derivada de esta jerga, chump, que significa idiota, tonto. We all have our problems to deal with. Mexico has El Chapo. We have El Champo, aka Trump. Didn't Trump say he would kick this guy's ass? If so, then why call the FBI? I'm rooting for El Chapo. Just a small example of what this man's rhetoric can incite. Imagine him as commander-in-chief with real power and nuclear weapons and utter disdain for everyone but the Donald. It's a nice thought, isn't it? I hope he tweets Trump every few months, just to let him know he is watching him. Donald finally ran up against the wrong guy, and Chapo is no joke. Trump will have to look over his shoulder for the rest of his life. Trump must really think he is untouchable. Only an arrogant fool would talk crap to a guy who has been responsible for the deaths of thousands of people. Trump, I take anyone in fist fight and kicks his ass. Mexican criminal, I'll make you eat your words. Trump, please US government, help protect me. Irony at its core. And meanwhile, tough guy Trump is pissing in his pants. Where now are you gonna find an honest politician? Donald may have a big mouth, but the real threat is not to Donald, but to any politicians who don't walk the line. The bully is always surprised when someone punches back. Watch Trump slither back under his rock for a while. If he can escape from a maximum security jail, the most secure, and as a matter of fact, he has as much billions as you or close, what can stop him from reaching out to your xenophobic and narcissistic self? You're right about calling in the FBI, but I would watch my pie hole if I was you. Donald Trump has disrespected, offended, and insulted all Mexicans and failed to realize that the Mexican cartels were also listening to him insult their loved ones and families. Oops. Why is Trump asking the government to solve his problem? As a Republican, Trump should know government is not the solution. Just spectacular. This just gets better and better. I bet he is in a locked room somewhere in the depths of his hotel with bodyguards, pissing himself tonight. Oh my lord. El Chapo's got enough money to pay a Chinese hitman if he chooses to. You know, Trump needs to start living in the real world if he's going into politics. Telling a man like El Chapo he would kick his ass is not a bright idea. In the world of gangs and drugs, respect is an important thing. Gang members kill each other over that stupid word all the time. This particular gangster lives in a world where judges, police officers, and the entire populations of small towns are wiped out on a regular basis. I would be very careful where I went, and I would have security watching my family members if I were the Donald. If the drug cartels can come into the United States and assassinate or harm a presidential candidate, regardless of his credibility, then I dare say Trump is far more right about how porous our borders are than you realize. He's right about the country being overrun by criminals. They just aren't coming from Mexico. They are in boardrooms, in banks, in Donald's contact list. I bet $5 Trump hired someone to make a fake account and tweet him that. How smart is it to needlessly antagonize a drug kingpin? If you think this is reality TV, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Perhaps this is our warning on how Donald Trump will handle foreign and domestic affairs. Well, folks, I know Spanish, and if that is El Chapo's Twitter account, he is pissed. That little translation watered things down quite a bit. Donald must have a good translator. No wonder he ran to the FBI. Well, I don't manage to understand how people make fun of this issue. I have to admit I never thought that fellow Americans would be that naive and apathetic. I guess it won't be until they feel a personal loss, relative or loved one, that they will start to get serious on the issue.